Tonight, on this April 30th, last day of April 2022, we'll read Jeremiah 30. Return from exile. The word came to Jeremiah from Adonai, saying, Thus says Adonai, the God of Israel, write all the words that I have spoken to you in a scroll. For behold, the days are coming, declares Adonai, when I will return my people Israel and Judah from exile, declares Adonai. I will bring them back to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they will possess it. Then the next chapter theme section is Dread of Jacob's Trouble. Verse 4. Now these are the words that Adonai spoke to Israel and to Judah. For thus says Adonai, We heard a sound of trembling of dead, there is no shalom. Ask now and see, whether a man can give birth. Why do I see every man with his hands on his loins, like a woman given birth? Why have all faces turned pale? Oi, for that day is monumental. There will be none like it, a time of trouble for Jacob, yet out of it he will be saved. The next chapter theme section is the A Davidic king brings healing. Verse 8. It will be in that day, it is a declaration of Adonai Tzva'ot, that I will break his yoke from off your neck, and will tear off your bonds. Foreigners will no longer enslave them. Instead, they will serve Adonai their God and David their king, whom I will raise up for them. So now do not fear, Jacob my servant, says Adonai. Now, nor be dismayed, O Israel. Behold, I will save you from afar, your seed from the land of their exile. Jacob will again be quiet and at ease. No one will make him afraid, for I am with you, declares Adonai, to save you. For I will make a full end of the nations where I scatter you, but I will not make a full end of you. For I will discipline you justly, but will not have you unpunished. For thus says Adonai, your hurt is incurable, and your wound is severe. No one pleads your cause, for there is no remedy for your wound, no healing for you. All your lovers have forgotten you. They are not looking for you. For I wounded you as an enemy with cruel punishment, because your iniquity is vast, your sins innumerable. Why cry about your fracture? Your pain has no cure, because your iniquity is vast, your sins innumerable. I did these things to you, yet all who devour you will be devoured, and all your foes, all of them, will go into captivity. Those plundering you will be plundered, and all preying on you I'll give you as prey. For I will restore health to you, and will heal you of your wounds. It is a declaration of Adonai. For they called you an outcast, Zion. No one cares about her. Thus says Adonai, Indeed, I will return Jacob's tents from exile, and have compassion on his dwellings. The city will be rebuilt on her mound. The citadel will stand in its rightful place. Out of them will come thanksgiving and a sound of celebration. I will multiply them, so they will not decrease. I will also honor them, so they will not be insignificant. His children also will be as formerly, his community set up before me. And I will punish all his oppressors. His noble one will be one of his own. His ruler will come forth from among his own. I will bring him near, and he will approach me. For who is he who will pledge his heart to approach me? It is a declaration of Adonai. So you will be my people, and I will be your God. Look, a storm of Adonai fury has burst out as a churning storm, whirling about the head of the wicked. Adonai's fierce anger will not turn back until he has done it, until he fulfills the purposes of his heart. In the last days you will understand it. At that time, declares Adonai, I will be God to all families of Israel, and they will be my people. Verse 25 in the book of Jeremiah 30, return from exile. Shalom.